Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya.
Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 भगवान श्री योगी रामसूरतकुमार की जय। सर्वं योगी रामसूरतकुमारार्पणमस्तु। Our endless, thankful pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagwan for giving us health enough to sit and sing His name together in His powerful shrine. We have to keep on thanking Him for all the blessings we have been getting from Him. Now, we shall have a glimpse or two of how Bhagwan saved, rescued two misguided boys when they ran away. We have been seeing how the youth gets misguided by various influences that are attacking our culture today, and how Bhagwan comes to rescue them. Here is one more incident. Swathi Matriculation Higher Secondary School in Hosur is being run by Dr. M.P. Saravanan, who is the chairman and the principal of the school. Over the years, he has seen many, many miracles, especially by the glory of the name. He says the school starts with Yogi Ramsuratkumar Nama and ends every day with the Nama, Yogi Ramsuratkumar. And before every period starts, the students have to say it 3 times, Yogi Ramsuratkumar Nama. And when the period is over again, 3 times, the mantra. And again in the hostel, 5 to 5:30, those people, those students have to sing the name. So you see, it's so much of singing the name there. He says this is one school where Yogi Ramsuratkumar Nama is ever heard. And he says they get as much as 1 crore namas every month. So you can imagine how Yogi Ramsuratkumar would be so vibrantly present there. Sri Saravanan says, some 20 years back, a boy by name Madhu was only 11 years old. He had come for admission with his father. As soon as the admission was made, he just looked around this little boy and exclaimed, "Father, just see this picture. This is the old man who came and brought me back." When he said that, all those people at the counter, the teachers, were surprised. They didn't understand what he was talking about, though the father did. They just left it at that, but later they confronted the boy and asked him what he meant. The boy said, "Yesterday, my father got angry with me for something, and he beat me up so badly, I got angry with him and ran away. I just couldn't take it anymore. I ran away. I took a town bus, went up to a certain point for which I had money, and after that, I had no money at all. There was no money for eating. There was no money to take a bus to any place. I was so depressed. I was angry and depressed. I did not know what to do. I just kept walking and walking on. Suddenly, from nowhere, an old man with a beard and a green turban and a kurta approached me and asked me, "What is it, my boy? What happened?" The way he asked me, I could not help telling him that my father beat me up so much that I got angry and upset. I ran away from home. Here I am, not knowing what to do because I don't have money either. The old man looked at me with a tender expression. He was very loving and kind. He immediately asked me, "Did you have any food, my boy?" I shook my head. Immediately he took me to a nearby hotel and fed me well. And then he took me to the bus stand. He also got into the bus with me. It was very clear where he was taking me. He came and sat next to me. And then we were traveling together for some time. I was completely lost in my thoughts. I was thinking, now what would Father say when I go there? How would people react? What should I do? I was so upset with so many thoughts. I was completely absorbed. And suddenly when I became aware, I looked sideways and I found him missing. The old man had left without telling me. And by then, Hosur had come, so I got down and then went home. And you see today, my father had brought me to a school where I see the photograph of this old man who was so kind to me, who advised me not to get angry or upset with father because father meant well. Whatever father said to me was for my own good. He meant well, and I should not get angry and run away like this. What a wonder that this is a school that belongs to him. You see, the boy, Madhu, did not know anything about Yogi Ramsuratkumar Bhagwan. He did not even know there was such a school. He did not know that his father would bring him there for admission. But Bhagwan was there. Bhagwan knew what happened, how kind, how loving our Bhagwan is. The father had thought of admitting his son in that school. That was all there. No calling out the name. Nothing. The boy was new to the whole place, new to the name, new to the very picture of Bhagwan. And yet, Bhagwan went all the way, took pains to go see the boy, feed him well, and bring back. So that any thought connected, it would seem, even thoughts connected with Bhagwan or his related places would fetch immense benefit. Anyone who is misled, misguided, will definitely be brought back to the path. There is a great assurance from this incident, and Dr. Saravanan says, how else could it be? So much of Nama is going on there. Swami is ever present there. It is he who is running the school. It's he who is looking after everybody there. He knows all the details. In fact, this school cannot claim the excellent elite students, the cream of the society. In fact, many dropouts from other schools come there, students with average intelligence, and everyone is admitted. Yet, Bhagwan is looking after every one of them with such care and concern. He went on to say another incident, somewhat similar, but this happened recently. That was 20 years back. Nothing has ever changed. That Bhagwan is still Bhagwan with the same care and concern and attention. And he said, a boy came and got admitted in 10th standard. He was there in the school for 10 days. But then one fine morning at 4:30, early morning, he ran away. Now in the prayer assembly, they found out that he was missing. The father was informed, and then the father, of course, very upset. He went about searching for the boy. He ransacked the whole place and all the nearby places, only to come back at night at about 8 o'clock to report that the boy was still missing and he could not trace him out. He was very, very upset. He was crying. But Shri Saravanan assured him again and again, please don't be upset. This is Bhagwan Yogi Ramsuratkumar's place. He is looking after everybody. He knows all the details. He will definitely bring the boy back to you tomorrow. You just see. You have faith in my word. Bhagwan will definitely bring the boy back. And then, strangely, the father did not get angry. He accepted what Shri Saravanan said and returned home. And the next day morning, 6 o'clock, he brought the boy. This time, when the father came, the boy was with him. And the father was all smiles. Now he said, "Sir, just as you promised, just as you said, Yogi Ramsuratkumar Bhagwan brought my boy back home." You see, the boy was already chanting the name for 10 days. In the previous case, even without knowing anything about Bhagwan, without calling out his name, Bhagwan showed the same tenderness and brought him back. Now what to say of a boy who chanted his name for 10 days already? So, just as Shri Saravanan said, Bhagwan was all attention, all care, all concern. And he promptly brought the boy, the misguided boy. So they asked him how it happened. This boy said, "I took a town bus and then I was just going. I had some money, so I was traveling, and then finally I reached a place called Attipalli. And then about 11 o'clock in the night, I was sitting by the side of the temple there. Swami, all of a sudden, appeared there. He walked towards me and asked me, 'What happened, my boy?' And then when I said, I ran away from the school, the first thing that she asked me, 'Did you eat anything?' When I shook my head, immediately he took me to a hotel nearby, offered me 2 chapatis. After I ate up, he advised me while we were reaching out, while we were going to the bus stand, 'You should not do this. You should study well.' Whatever he said was very appealing, and I understood. He was very, very kind and loving. And then he bought the tickets for both of us. We boarded the bus. He was seated next to me. And then when we got down at our place, he came with me up to the turn of the street, and then left me there, went back. So people could not believe it. What a thrilling story. But true, every letter of it. That Madhu, the previous boy, today is a bee working and a great bhakta of Yogi Ramsuratkumar. He is chanting Bhagwan's name and he runs his life depending on Bhagwan's grace. So these boys, however their mindset is when they come and join, after joining the school, there is a slow and steady transformation in them. And when they go out, none of them can forget the name Yogi Ramsuratkumar. So Shri Saravanan says, these incidents show again and again how much Bhagwan is running the place. Once a boy gets admitted, he becomes Bhagwan's responsibility. This reminds me of Bhagwan's saying when I was visiting the Sannidhi Street House, when we used to be seated in the veranda. Bhagwan often said, "Blessed are those who chant the name Yogi Ramsuratkumar even once in their life." And then he would repeat it a few times. And then every day, day after day, he would repeat it so many times. At the time, Shri Jayarama's daughter, Godavari, she was only 3 or 4 years, 3 years old perhaps. She used to come, and sometimes she used to come with me also. I was friends with her, and I taught her this sentence, what Bhagwan was saying. Blessed are those who chant the name Yogi Ramsuratkumar even once in their life. This little girl of 3 years or 4 years, she learned slowly to pronounce each English word. And finally she got it by heart. We used to play games also, Godavari and I. In her house, she herself would come and say, she'll say, "Shall we play Bhagwan's Sannidhi Street veranda? Shall we play that game?" And then she would ask me to sit like Bhagwan Yogi Ramsuratkumar. And then she would say that she was Sashi, the gate boy. And then she would pretend to look outside and then come near me and say, "Bhagwan, there are people there." Then I had to tell her, "Okay, Sashi, open the gate." And then she would pretend to bring people one by one. And then I had to pretend blessing them. And then now and then she would report something or the other, just like what Sashi did, the gate boy. She had noticed every detail. And she would act out all those movements. So we had quite a few games like that, the both of us. So I used to take Godavari, and then I made her repeat this particular saying of his. And Bhagwan would go into peals of laughter, cascading laughter. And then he would say, "Godavari, say it again, Ma." And then Godavari would repeat second time and third time. First time she may take a little time to remember one word or the other, or she may slip out. But the third time, until she got it right, every word of the sentence, Bhagwan would keep on asking her, "Say it, Godavari. What did this beggar say?" And then she would repeat it. Again he would go into cascading laughter, the thunderous cascading laughter, inimitable. Now the content of the saying, blessed are those who chant the name even once in their life, even once, Yogi Ramsuratkumar Nama, even once in their life. What does it mean? Once you utter the name Yogi Ramsuratkumar, you come into his fold, his protective shield. And you become his care and concern. Now this Bhagwan, who has been listening to us, listening to our singing now for almost a year, more than a year, chanting his name, how much more would be his responsibility for all of us. And he does it seriously. Now to this Bhagwan, we shall offer our today's prayer. Bhagwan, whatever you had uttered is ever true. Even once, if we utter the name Yogi Ramsuratkumar, we are blessed. And those of the people who could not utter because they do not know you, we are chanting your name for their sake, knowing that you would step into their life and take care. Bhagwan, we seek your immediate divine intervention to free all those people who are suffering, who have been attacked by this virus, this monstrous virus. Bring back normalcy in life everywhere. And the panic of the pandemic seems to be more dangerous than the disease, the pandemic itself. Only you could uproot this fear altogether from the minds of people. And Bhagwan, kindly stop the rapid spread of the disease and enter those medicines and make them work. Please kill those viruses, the whole clan of them, and all those people who have been infected by this virus or its variant. We beg you for them to find a room in the hospitals and proper treatment, and that they get well soon and return home safely. We beg you again and again for this, that they return home safely, in good health. Bhagwan, again, all those great sevaks. One doctor was saying that he was putting so much of time in the hospital, he had forgotten what it would be like to wear normal dress. The pant and shirt. He was slowly forgetting how he looked at that. It was all the time. Even to wear a mask, we know how difficult it is, and many of us don't wear. Imagine them almost living the whole day in that suit, this medical suit. Please give them all protection, Bhagwan. And we beg you for a boost to economy. Above all, you have said, even to chant the name once, people are blessed. Now we want constant remembrance of the name. You had said before, it's only when we forget the name, when we forget God, even for a fraction of a second, our fate would be waiting around, and when we have a slip, a lapse in chanting, the fate would enter and start playing up. So we want to chant your name constantly, and we want you to bless us with the attitude of being a good instrument in your hands. And above all, Bhagwan, kindly transform us, give us the required purification, so that we would be able to see only your presence and your blessing in every event of life. Jai Yogi Ramsuratkumar.
Yogi Ramsuratkumar.